Hi dear students, welcome back to today's discussion on differences between business, profession and employment. This is very important topic for 8 marks, and in section D you will get this question for 8 mark. Not only for the examination, this topic is very important for your knowledge also. By discussing business, profession and employment, you will get the knowledge about meaning and features of business, profession and employment. See, before going to the differences between business, profession and employment, and before we differentiate business with profession and profession with employment and the business, let us come to know the meaning of business, profession and employment. 1 mark questions: what is business, what is profession and what is employment? See, a business, what is business? See, business means one of the economic activities. In previous class already we have discussed various human activities. In human activities, some of the activities pertaining to economic, some of the activities non-economic. Means we all use it to engage economic and non-economic activities. See, in economic activities, business, profession and employment. Here, what is business? Business means an economic activity, deals with purchase of required resources, production of products and distribution of products to the end user with the expectation of earning profit is called business, right? So, the employers or entrepreneurs, they start business for the sake of earning profit. Business. Now, let us come to know what is profession, right? Profession, right? Profession. What is profession? Profession means an occupation of rendering specialized services to public with the expectation of earning fees, right? An occupation of rendering specialized services to public or specialized services to clients or specialized services to customers with the expectation of earning fees is called profession, right? Here the professionals, they expect money in the form of fees. Businessman expects money in the form of profit. Last one is employment, right? Employment. What is employment? Employment means the written agreement between employer and employee. Here, employer means the job giver or the job provider. Employee means the job receiver or one who performs job in a factory called employee. Means what is employment? A written agreement between the employer and employee in which employee works for the employer and get remunerated in the form of salary or wages. Or another meaning, what is employment? A written agreement between employer and employee in which employees work for others and get remunerated in the form of salary or wages. So here the employees, they work for money and they get the money from their employer in the form of salary or wages. So this is the meaning between this is the meaning for business, profession and employment. Now let's go ahead with the topic differences between business, profession and employment. See, business, first one is through criteria you can differentiate or directly you can. So while differentiating these three, right, let me mention the criteria. First one is business person called and titled as businessman, titled and called as businessman. The person or a person does business called businessman. A person does profession called professional. A person does employment or a person does the work in a factory called employee. Business by businessman, Probation by probational, employment, employee, right? And to the probation, we can give so many examples, right? Lawyer, doctor, right? Chartered accountant, assistant professor, mechanical engineer, artist, plumber, right? Aeronautic space specialist, designer, right? Software designers, software developers, they all professionals, examples to the probation. The first difference, business by businessman, probation by professional, employment, employee. The second one is, the second criteria, legal formalities. To start business, license is very important. License from registrar of joint stock company, license from the concerned authority, concerned department, concerned government department must permit, must give license to the businessman to go ahead with the business activities. For the formation of a business, to start a business, legal formalities and license both are very essential. Legal formalities means the revised Companies Act of 2013 and the government instructions and government rules and regulations each and every businessman must follow to start a business. To start business, legal formalities and license both are essential. Thus, probation, certificate from authorized bodies, authorized departments, example to the lawyers, to the chartered accountant, right, to the doctors, example to the lawyers, Bar Council of India, right, the Bar Council of India, BCI, Bar Council of India must provide certificate to the lawyer to render services to the public. Then to the doctors, this is to the lawyers, to the doctors, Medical Council of India. Next, to the chartered accountants, ICAI, Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. So these are the authorized authorities or authorized departments or authorized bodies to provide certificates. So certificate is very important, right? Certificate is very important, right? Usually, right, while consulting doctors, lawyers and chartered accountants, we can observe on a certificate, right? We can observe the certificate in their office, right? Certificate is very important. Next one is to the employment, to get the job, employment contract or employment agreement. Employment contract or employment agreement is very important. The written agreement between the employer and employee, right? The written agreement, job contract or appointment letter which contains certain terms and conditions and rules and regulations. So appointment letter or employment contract or employment agreement is very important. Next one is, in business, right, we invest huge capital. Huge capital requires huge capital, huge amount. Huge means many lakhs, many crores we have to invest, depends on the size of the business. So depends on the size of the business, we invest huge money on business. Why? To purchase resources, means raw material, machinery, technology, right, to produce product, for marketing of product, for advertising purpose, for day-to-day expenditures purpose, I mean for the maintenance purpose, we need huge capital to start and run a business. But to render services to the public, professional requires less amount. Compared to business, here investment is less. Next, employment, no investment at all, because we go and work under an employer, we go and work in a factory, there we no need to invest any amount. We go and work for the salary, there we no need to invest the money or capital, no investment. So business requires huge investment, probation requires less investment compared to business, and employment requires no investment at all. We go and work in a factory, we go and work under employer for the sake of salary or wages. Next one is, businessman gets profit. This is a reward to the businessman, reward or written from their business. So business for the sake of earning profit. Then what is probation? So probation for getting fees, So here professionals, they charge fees and they get fees and they get money in the form of fees. Then employment, right, for salary. So employees, they work in a factory for the sake of salary or wages. So wages means the reward or remuneration we take on daily basis or weekly basis. That is wages. Salary means once in a month. Next one is business, huge risk. So huge risk, so many risks, so many formalities, very tedious process, very tedious process, lengthy process. So many formalities are required, so many documents are required. So huge risk to start a business. Risk is more, and probation, less risk. Here we need to get the certificate from the authorized body. Compared to business, probation, less risk. And employment, no risk at all, no risk. Why? Employer bears all the risks. Employer handles all the difficulties and problems. So in a factory we go and work there, no risk at all, we get the salary. Next one is from business, huge return. Huge return means compared to probation and employment, business people, they get huge profit, they get huge amount, they get remuneration, they get the reward or a profit in crores, in lakhs they get. So huge return. That too, uncertainty. Uncertainty of return means we cannot predict our returns. Sometimes we may get loss, sometimes we get supernormal profits, and sometimes we get average or stable profits. So business, huge return, and uncertainty, uncertain, we cannot predict and we cannot forecast our returns. But professionals, they get average return, fixed, stable returns they get. And certainty, so here no uncertainty, here everything certain, average returns, they get stable fees. Employment, less return, compared to probation and business, employment, less return. Here employees, they get the salary or wages from their employer. Next one is business. So in a business, no need of qualifications. So businessman doesn't require any qualifications, no need of any qualifications to start a business. Any person can start business, no need of MBA, MCom, PhD, MPhil, no need of any qualifications. Just ideas, skills and strategies are very essential to start a business. So here businessman doesn't require any qualification, no need of qualifications. But to render services in a profession, doctors, lawyers, chartered accountant, right, they require special qualifications. They require specialized qualifications. They require special qualifications. They require specialized skill, specialized ability. So special qualifications are required to provide service to the public. Last one is employment. As per the job, as per the job, as per their job title, as per their designation, they require the qualification, employment. So employees require qualifications as prescribed by the employer or owner of the organization. Next one is in business, the process of business, the actual activity, right, activity or the process, production and sale of products, production of products and sale of products to the customer. Why? For the sake of earning profit. Then probation, right, rendering services to the public. Example, doctors, medical service, lawyers, legal assistants or legal service, chartered accountants, right. So they give advice, right, they give advice and they give, right, service to the companies, right, to pay tax to the government for IT return purpose, to verify company books of accounts. They render service, rendering service to the, right, clients or public or customers. Next one is accomplishing task. So here in employment, the employees, they accomplish the tasks of their employer. What employers? They used to give the work that they accomplish and they hand over work to the employer. That is accomplishing task. Next one is ninth one, transfer of interest. Here the criteria. Business. In a business, transfer of interest. We can sell our business. We can sell our business to any person. For example, I have started one business. Now I cannot continue that business. I am ready to sell the entire building. I am selling all assets to Mr. X. I can sell the business. Transfer of interest is possible in a business, right? Some business people, when they are in bankruptcy, when they do not have sufficient funds to run their business, they sell their business. They transfer their ownership to somebody else. But in a profession, right, we cannot sell our profession to another person, right? We cannot sell our profession to another person. No transfer of interest. We can sell our business to another person, but here we cannot sell our profession, right? Even in employment also, no transfer. We cannot sell, right? We cannot sell ourselves to another person, right? No transfer, no sale, no sale. Here we can sell the business. This is the ninth one. Next one is 10th one, through code of conduct. So businessman doesn't require any code of conduct. Doesn't require any code of conduct. So profession, in profession, professionals requires code of conduct. Code of conduct means certain principles, certain policies. To render the service, certain principles and policies are very important. So professionals require code of conduct. Businessman doesn't require any code of conduct. Next, in employment, so code of conduct may or may not be as per the organizational culture and as per their right designation or job title. Code of conduct will be applied. And finally, the 11th one. So to differentiate business, profession and employment, you can mention and you can write the meaning. So business, production and sale of goods to the customer with the expectation of earning profit. Profession, rendering specialized services to public for the fees. And employment, right, work for others and get remunerated in the form of salary or wages. This is the 11th difference. To the 11th one, right, you can write the meaning for business and meaning of profession and meaning of employment. Dear students, in the viewpoint of examination, this is very important topic and very interesting topic, right? Without fail, each and every student must give much attention, much interest towards the topic differences between business, profession and employment. So 11 differences. 11 differences. So thank you students. Thanks for watching. Do share, subscribe and comment.